Tomorrow's the 5th full day of total lockdown for the 3,000 public housing tenants at Flemington and North Melbourne. African Australian community leaders say some residents have been forced to wait far too long for essentials like medication. James Hancock reports.
You're going to get the medication now.
Safi's trying to help his friend Khalid, who's been waiting 4 days for the medication for himself, his wife and baby.
I have one tablet left for tonight.
Fed up of waiting for authorities to act, this afternoon Safi delivered it himself to the lockdown Flemington estate.
Speak to the sheriffs there, they'll probably search everything, and then it gets left there, then they'll take it up. Okay? Of course.
He's not the only resident who's complained about delays in getting vital medicine.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Someone has diabetes and he asked to get the medication, and apparently they got told they could not get medication until today. That was last night.
Fresh meals and bags of groceries have been delivered to the Flemington and North Melbourne estates, but African Australian leaders are frustrated some residents have waited days for the right food.
A lot of it, again, is cultural inappropriate. They don't eat tinned food, they don't know what the food is, they don't know what's going on.
And there's anger the government hasn't involved the community more.
There's been very significant community engagement, but at the same time, this is a dynamic environment.
Nearby, Yarra Council has 12 high-rise towers and is calling for all public housing residents to be tested for the virus to prevent further outbreaks.
If you want to access sanitizer on some of these towers, you're better off going to the local Woolies and Coles to get sanitizer as you walk in the door.
The state opposition says residents who test positive should be moved to hotel quarantine or hospital. The overcrowding that's putting these residents at greater risk of catching the virus has been decades in the making. But will the spotlight on Flemington and North Melbourne be enough for politicians on both sides to heed calls for a major investment in low-cost housing, either operated by the state like these flats or community housing groups?
We will look very closely at that. You make a very good point. It's a very important issue, and we're seeing, to our horror, the conditions that people are living in.
We've asked for 6,000 properties each year for at least a decade to bring Victoria from being at the bottom of the league table.
Homelessness groups say it would both improve lives and boost the construction industry. James Hancock, ABC News, Melbourne.